The new Mafia game is out and everyone is wondering, is it a great story or does the gameplay hold up? I'm not just gonna show you a walkthrough, I'm going to narrate the story of Enzo Favara as it unfolds. As a longtime Mafia fan,
Not you.
I'll be your guide to see if this new game is a masterpiece or a misfire. This is just the first chapter of the story waiting to be told. The story starts in 1904. We are introduced to this guy, Enzo and his friend, and they are working deep down in the mines. They find the stash they had hidden. His friend grabs the cash, but Enzo's eyes fall on something else. A little wooden toy with his name carved right on the back. A postcard from Empire Base falls out. You know, a little tease to Mafia 2. He just drops the toy and he head back. So they get to the surface and they see Il Merlo being a total jerk for another worker. Enzo, being the good guy he is, steps in to help.
I'll do it.
After their shifts end, they are starving, but they are too late for food. To figure out who's going to steal some bread, they play rock, paper, scissors. And of course, Enzo loses. This is where the game shows us the stealth stuff. Enzo has to sneak past all these guards. He gets to a door that's locked, and the game gives you a knife to break it open. He grabs the bread and escapes through a window. They finally get back to their room, about to get some rest, when a guard comes in and tells,
"Not today. Double shifts."
when they go outside, the miners are on strike. It's too dangerous to go back down, and some guys who went in haven't come back. Then this guy,
Out of the way.
Don Spadaro.
Who is wasting my fucking time?
And by the way, English isn't my first language, and these names are all Italian, so bear with me. He looks like he runs the place. He orders everyone back to work and sends a search party, that is Enzo and his friend, to find the missing guys. Deep in the mine, they find the bodies. But before they can get out, the whole thing collapses. A gas leak makes everything even worse, and they have to run for their life. They barely make it out. But Enzo's friend realizes he dropped his money. He goes back for it.
I have it!
He dies. Enzo emerges, filled with sadness and rage. He confronts Il Merlo, who sent them there.
You did this.
And that's when we get our first knife fight. Enzo gets a few slashes in, takes a few himself. But he sees his chance. He slashes the guy's face, jumps on a horse and just takes off. And that, my friend, is how the game really begins. After all that, Enzo finds a place to lay low. But you know, Il Merlo isn't going to let that go. He shows up with his men, and this is where the game introduces us to its instant feature. It's basically lets you detect enemies and gives you a fighting chance. Since the place is swarming with Il Merlo's guys, Enzo decided to take them out one by one. So he chokes a few, stabs a few more from behind. And in the process, you start picking up these wheat stones. The knives in this game loses their sharpness as you use them, so you gotta keep them honed. It's a pretty cool detail. Just when Enzo thinks he's in clear, Il Merlo gets a drop on him.
No more running.
He's about to end Enzo for good.
I'm gonna make you wish you died in that rubble.
But then,
What are you doing here, Damiano? Answer me.
Don't Turisi, this is Caruso.
I asked you a question.
The boy owes a debt. We tracked him. In the dark, he must have crossed over. We mean no disrespect. We'll take him. Be on our way.
The boy goes nowhere with you.
Until the debt is paid, he belongs to us.
On my land? You want nothing. You tell your boss, the boy is under my protection. And if our truce is dishonored again, I will repay that offense. Tenfold. Now leave.
Man, you get the most epic entrance. Don Torrisi shows up. This guy is terrifying, just from a glance. As he's leaving, he looks at Enzo and asks,
Can you work?
Enzo says yes. So Don tells his right-hand man Luca to take Enzo back to his place and give him work. So Enzo and Luca ride back. On the way, Luca tells him all about Don Torrisi's business.
Eventually, the grapes will become Torrisi wine. That's the family business.
But you know, there's more to it than just that. They get to the estate and Enzo is given a room to stay. The next morning, he meets Cesare, the Don's nephew, who tells him to get ready. So Enzo changes clothes and goes outside. And Cesare put him to work. He starts by loading wine crate, then helps out this lady Valentina by carrying a pig, and finally cleans the stables. Honestly, it was a pretty good day for Enzo, a better one compared to the day before. And then the winds hit.
Who are you?
Sono Enzo. I work here. For now.
You have not always been a stable hand.
No.
Well, we do not always get to choose what we do.
Suppose not. Or we can choose who we are.
We can.
No, grazie.
See you around, Enzo.
Enzo heads back to his room to get ready for dinner and sees some charms on his table. This is another game feature giving you special abilities. For example, one charm might quicken your hand when choking an enemy, while another improves your firing and reload. It's a really neat way to give you an edge. After clearing up, Enzo goes to dinner and sits with other workers. That's when he sees her again, the most beautiful woman he has ever seen. Her name? Isabella, Don Torrisi's daughter, and wow, she looks stunning. And you know right then, things are about to get really interesting for Enzo. A little later, Enzo's out loading crates when he sees a big group of people marching with flags. He asks Luca what's going on, and Luca tells him it's for the annual town festival and the main event is a horse race that gets super heated. They decided to finish their delivery and head straight for the races. On the way, Luca opens up a bit, telling Enzo how the Don helped him after the bandits killed his father.
They came one night. Shot him dead. The Don, he helped me after that. I'm sorry.
Once they arrive at the delivery spot, Enzo goes inside with a crate, but Luca has a different idea for bringing him here. Enzo goes to buy a knife, and when he gets back, Luca is ready to train him. This is where you learn how to parry and do some other basic combat moves. Once they're done, they rush to the horse race, and Enzo goes to the Don's tent. Before he can go inside, the guy who's supposed to race for Don Torrisi comes running out. And it's right here I realized the game's creators used a classic trick from Mafia 1. Comment below if you know which mission I'm talking about. So the Don's racer is completely drunk and in no shape to ride. The Don needs to win for his prestige. And of course, the hero steps in. It's the same old story, right? Not complaining though, it's a nice touch. At first I was struggling. I honestly thought I was going to lose, but eventually I pulled it together and finished at the top. While everyone is celebrating, Tino interrupts. He is Don's advisor and an old friend, but you can tell right away he doesn't like anyone getting too close to Don. He hands Enzo some wine crates and tells him to deliver them. Enzo heads out to an unknown area to make the delivery, and that's when she comes back, Isabella. She helps him find the address and keeps him company the whole time. I don't know about you, but every time she shows up, I just feel so happy to play this game. Even just walking beside her makes me love this game more and more. And as we are talking, Il Merlo's men cornered both of them.
Spadaros.
Hey, Caruso. Or is it delivery boy now, huh? You're really coming up in the world. Even got yourself a little putana. Il Merlo misses you. I think I'll give him a little piece.
Get back!
You shouldn't have come here. Should have never crossed me or my brother.
You and your brother are nothing.
Go on then.
Shit. Leave!
This isn't over, Caruso.
Figli puttana, get the fuck out of here!
Luca intervenes and stops it.
Enzo was standing up for me.
Yes? Good. Things can get out of hand on race day.
He tells Isabella to leave, then drops a bombshell on Enzo.
What you did was right. But being seen alone with Isabella is stupid. Anyone else other than me comes around that corner, the Spadaros wouldn't be your only problem. Look, you listen to me. Carefully. The Don is very protective of his daughter. People see things, normal things. They make up stories in their heads. Don't let that happen. This stays between me and you. Ho capisti?
Sì.
All right. Let's go.
And with that, we are left with a big question. What's Enzo is going to do about Isabella? Is he going to avoid her like Lucas said, or is he going to risk it all to see her again? We'll have to find it out in our next video.
See you around, Enzo.